Hello, great people. Good news. As human rights lawyer, Dele Farotimi has been freed after weeks in detention. You will recall that Dele Farotimi was remanded in the correctional facility of Ekiti State by the magistrate court over the alleged defamation case by Afe Babalola. The court remanded him, granted him bail in the sum of 30 million naira and two shorties in like sum, and Dele Farotimi has to submit his international passport and not grant media interviews. You would also recall that Peter will be vowed to fulfill the bail condition for Dele Farotimi. Good news as Dele Farotimi has eventually regained his freedom. Let me leave you to hear from Dele Farotimi what he said immediately after his release. Then we come back for more in-depth analysis about the whole issue. Let's hear from Farotimi. Let's hear from him.
The thing I need all of you to know is this. I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It is not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil.
Yes.
But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken. Once has he spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's true.
There you have it. You just heard from Dele Farotimi himself. Before I speak on what Dele Farotimi said, that I've never lied against anyone, before I speak on that, I think it is just for me to make this comment that it's great that Dele Farotimi did not spend Christmas in prison. Why do I say so? We cannot have a Yaya Bello that is alleged to have stolen the destiny and fortune of Kogi people, that have stolen billions of naira. If you look at the effect of the sin, in quote, of Dele Farotimi and that of Afe Babalola, Dele Farotimi sinned, in quote, against one man, Afe Babalola, or perhaps maybe some other people that he mentioned in the book. Now let's expand it, maybe 10 people, right? But Yaya Bello is accused of stealing the destiny of millions of Kogi State people. Billions of naira. Yaya Bello was walking in court as if when Jesus Christ was descending back to heaven, he willed the earth to him as if he's the next of kin of God. And God has willed the earth to him. So somebody that is accused of such monumental corruption, that the roads that is meant to the money that is meant to tar roads, the money that is meant to provide quality education, the fund that is meant to provide health, infrastructure, was being carted away allegedly by one man. And that man was given 500 million naira bail. Within a night twinkle, he has perfected the bail condition. Compared to Dele Farotimi, it would be great injustice if Yaya Bello spent time with his family after allegedly stealing the destiny of Kogi State people, and Dele Farotimi languished in the correctional facility. So kudos to the judge that granted him bail, though the bail is too stringent for my liking. But kudos to Peter Obi for also standing by Dele Farotimi. Now, Dele Farotimi made a statement. He said, I've never lied against anyone. Eh? You know what that means? Come closer, come. Let me tell you what it means. What it means is that Dele Farotimi is insisting that all what he said in that book is right. He said he has never lied against anyone. That means that what he said in that book, he is insisting that what he said is right. That's what it means. By saying I have not lied against anybody. So the accusation that Afe Babalola used unholy means to obtain judgment at the Supreme Court, that means Dele Farotimi is insisting that it's right. The accusation that the Supreme Court justices at that time were corrupt is insisting that it's right. Now, what comes to my mind is for Farotimi, a lawyer, to still insist, that means that he must have some evidence to back up himself, because he knows that in the law court, you operate by evidence. So it will be interesting in the days ahead. And now that Dele Farotimi is free, I think it is too late for out of court settlement. Because if Dele Farotimi is insisting, and he as a lawyer knows that he will tender evidence in court, it will be interesting for Nigerians to get hold of that evidence so that we know what eventually transpires. It is to the benefit of the ordinary Nigerians. So what I can advise is, Afe, if you know that some of the things or the things Dele Farotimi said against you are true, you know, they usually say something that if lie may travel for 20 years, one day truth will catch up with it. You better settle out of court or go and withdraw your case before the truth catch up with you. If you know that you committed the offenses that Dele Farotimi alleged that you committed, because you don't know the evidence that is with Dele Farotimi. Nobody knows. And in fact, if for anything, Dele Farotimi has, has divided Afe Babalola's integrity in the eyes of Nigerians, in the sense that if Dele Farotimi had not written that book, maybe that WikiLeaks report would not have emerged on social media that Afe Babalola, use corrupt means, according to WikiLeaks, the UX secret cable, to procure judgment in Atiku Abubakar State for Governor Boni Haruna. So it was Dele Farotimi's issue that made people to go into the archives and start researching, and start on a torchlight, in the past of Afe Babalola to find things. It is this case that made Yaba Gisoni to make that statement that during Buhari's time, that Afe was hired to lie on behalf of the Buhari government. It is this case that made people to focus on Yaba Gisoni's statement. Yaba Gisoni, when he made that statement, people did not use it to take a swipe at Afe Babalola. But Dele Farotimi is unearthing the dust. And people that work with Afe Babalola, I hope they would go and withdraw that case if they know that truly what Dele Farotimi said is right, because they don't know the evidence that he has. Despite suffering in the correctional facility, for him to still be insisting that he has not lied against anybody, that means he has what we can call a mountain of evidence. And it will be interesting for Nigerians to get to know the mountain of evidence. And the judge should be careful in public interest. When the case is being heard, grant the media access. Let the media be there, so that nothing will be hidden to the public. So one thing we need to learn from this thing is that, from this whole issue, is that your sin will catch up with you. If you commit any sin, your sin will, and when your sin catch up with you, don't do gragra, don't do agidi, don't do stubbornness, don't do strong-head, So that's why I said my advice to Afe is, if he did what Dele Farotimi said, please settle out of court, bury your ego, and let everything lay low. And I hope that Dele Farotimi is not just, it's not just bragging. I hope that at the end of the day, we have something tangible to tender in court. If not, the way they will deal with him, he will regret ever going against what we can call the establishment. Now, one thing we need to emphasize is, I hope adequate security will be provided for Dele Farotimi. But Dele Farotimi now is a person of interest to the high and mighty. Now, it is normal for you not to feel safe if you have a secret in the hands of Dele Farotimi, or you know that your secret has leaked into the hands of Dele Farotimi, and you are a politician or you are a judge. It is good. It is normal for you not to feel safe, right? So I hope by this outburst of Farotimi, adequate security will be provided for him, so that people that may want to go after his life, this case, it may not even be Afe. It may be other people that will be scared that, they don't know this thing about me. If I don't quickly take care of him and kind of like take him out of the way, maybe At some point, he will mention me too. And me, face disgrace, the media, the public. No, 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 no. We have to take care of this. But you know the way all these rich people do sometimes. So I hope that adequate security will be provided for Dele Farotimi, because in a country where the Attorney General of the Federation was murdered, and today there is no clear justice, then if Bola Ige can be killed in such a manner, who is Dele Farotimi? Who is Dele Farotimi if adequate security is not provided for him? And we don't want to hear any story that touched. If Dele Giwa can be killed like that, and today no justice, tell me, who is Dele Farotimi? So that's why I'm advocating for adequate security for him. If Funsho Williams can be murdered in Lagos State, that man with bright governorship prospect in Lagos State, if he can be murdered in such a manner without any serious consequence at the end of the day, you want to ask yourself, is Dele Farotimi safe? In the true sense of being safe. If Dipo Dino, that bright governorship aspirant in Ogun State, they usually call him then. Some of you will know him, DD Direct. If he can be assassinated and nothing has allegedly apparently come out of it, then all eyes must be on Dele Farotimi, because these people that I've listed, they are richer than Dele Farotimi. They have networks, contact than Dele Farotimi. They are part of the establishment. Dele Farotimi is not. So if people that are part of the establishment can suffer such, such disgraceful exit from this sinful world, who is Dele Farotimi? And that's why I'm advocating for adequate security for him. And I hope that the Nigerian government will look after his security, because we need to realize, you see, even the police usually make this mistake. You think you exist for the president and maybe the friends of the president? No, you exist for every Nigerian. Even the enemy of the president, is your responsibility to protect them. In fact, it is presidential, it is state-manly for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to even protect his own enemy. It is his responsibility to protect his friends and even his enemies, so long as they are Nigerian or they have been granted visa to visit Nigeria within the territory of Nigeria. The protection of life and property, whether you are an enemy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whether you are APC, PDP, in fact, no matter who you are the responsibility of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to protect. So, and I hope that adequate protection will be given to Dele Farotimi. I'm happy for him. I'm so glad that he has regained his freedom in a country where bandits have been pardoned, terrorists have been pardoned. Yaya Bello is chilling inside AC with his family. A Dele Farotimi, for a case of defamation, should not be languishing in prison. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politin with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Dr. Deji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course, I have great, interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.